And my own mic needs to be turned on for this.
Uh,
Greetings. We are Fellowship Gaming, here to entertain you with yet another tale of daring, disaster, and dimwits. So please grab your favorite drink and perhaps a snack and let us regale you with songs of our misdeeds. Tonight we are playing Pathfinder 2E, which is a high fantasy D20 system. On Roll20, which hates all of us.
mhm.
If you would like
Yeah.
to see more content, please check us out on YouTube at fellowshipgaming.quest, where you can subscribe and hit that bell notification. If you would like to join us on our live stream right here, it is on Twitch. Give us a follow in order to be a part of our live chat and help us out. So, I'm going to turn it over to Justin, who can give us a quick synopsis of where we're at. Yes.
Thank you. All right. Last we played, you were all coming away in the city of Zanqualtech, having very tenuously organized some of the leaders of the center of the city, the bazaar and the temple sort of district, into taking care of some people that had fallen victim to the parasitic Smirtzuk infection, hoping that with the combination of magic and medicine that you know can work, will alleviate the people of their affliction. And upon walking out, you were confronted with a very obvious pirate who was sort of charming and dismissive of the rage that Komarov felt upon seeing his husband being escorted away by two very large men, also pirates. After a very tense moment where Komarov seemed to be going in for blood and everyone being a little like, okay, does this end in somebody with less hit points than you guys getting stabbed to death? You convinced Komarov to just go along with the invitation Rafa had given from the Admiral of the Iron Prow, Admiral Dodge, this big, significantly evil bro figure in the zeitgeist of sort of the seas. After some days of travel, you ended up. Uh, oh, you ended up going towards their an island hideout of theirs, surrounded by these deep rocks and sharp reefs and wreckage of ships that had just failed to navigate what they seem to know by reputation, the way to get to the actual island, which had a sort of keep in the middle of it. Komarov also had conversation with some of the crew of the Saint Caprice, um, sort of letting them know that something was up by uh, dropping some names and then having to be covered up by the antics of the rest of the party. Um, Backing up a little bit. So now you are here on the Iron Prow's island. Oh my gosh, I'm having a hard time speaking. Island hideout, having been extorted into helping Admiral Dodge, into rooting out what he effectively you've been extorted into helping him out of a quarantine circumstance. Him and his men have been sort of holed up in this place, and then you've all been brought here after he has told you that they had a Smirtzuk erupt from one of their crew. He fought it into submission and chained it into a sort of cavern room attached to the base itself, where it seemed to just sort of calm down. And with the report of Brinston, this sort of young, sociopathic person you met on the ruins of the ancient lighthouse base that you had come into during your job that you took in Zankoltek, they were aware of your expertise in sort of this problem of the Smertzuk. And that's where we are now. So it is late at night, and you've been sort of given the you're meant to investigate in the way that he doesn't want anyone panicking. He also doesn't want anyone that may or may not be coerced by the Smertzuk frequency or infection or however it works. He's only aware of what Brinston told him in the report when Brinston came back, because the base he was assigned to no longer exists. So he came back and only gave them the information he saw and was given to him by you guys. So he found you, brought you here, and wants you to act as though you are a new conscript into the Iron Prow,
Yeah.
so you can root out anyone who may or may not be infected or some sort of double agent, because of part of the report being people could be coerced without having like succumbed fully to it. And it feels like that is the thing he's really worried about, is like either getting off of the island and it's spreading, or his own safety. Are there questions? Is there anything I missed?
I don't think so.
I think that was it.
Okay. So this is where you guys are now. You get the idea that you guys showed up later in the day. There is this huge storm brewing, like a few miles off of the island you're doing that you're on, that you saw while you were pulling into the docks. But that seems like it might take a few days to hit you guys. It also means that you will be, unless you wanted to try and brave the storm, you'll also be trapped here potentially with several infected people or other Smertzucks that may or may not be hidden, in a situation where you can't leave what is fairly a small island. It's the size of a keep. There are 4 ships worth of pirates here. And then also people that probably stick to the island itself.
Okay.
So you're in sort of small quarters that is pretty busy, but it seems like because it's nighttime, things are wound down a little bit. What is on everyone's mind first?
First, it's nighttime.
It is nighttime.
Finding quarters and maybe setting up a watch for the night.
So if you ask about quarters, there are. Let me make sure this is something I can see.
Are we supposed to like room with the Iron Prow crew since we're gonna be novices?
Yeah. So if you ask about quarters, they do just tell you that there are like bunks. So the people in the room are Captain Dodge, this woman that has been fairly silent, and then Rafa, who is the quartermaster of the ship you guys came on.
Huh. From my notes, I have Rafa as the first mate with Alonzo as the quartermaster.
You're probably right. No, you're right. It says that right here. I just misread that.
Okay.
Yeah, the captain is Voldemir. Ruff is the first mate, and Alonso is the quartermaster. You are correct. Yeah, if you inquire about quarters, Rafa does tell you that there is sort of space allotted, and it looks like as he comes out to show you, there are also people just sort of bunked down on the floor. Go ahead and give me perception checks as he sort of leads you to where you're supposed to sleep.
Awesome. Already good start.
Mhm.
Hold on, double check my math here because we're not using the standard difficulties.
Well, and that one doesn't help anyway, so.
No, not at all. What?
No.
Like, 8's a good DC, and I still fail backwards. God damn it. Gotta love that critical fail. Was it 10 and under? Set
Mhm.
system, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magnus. Everyone else is a little sort of the sailing equivalent of jet lagged. Like it kind of just sucks. You were on a ship for a few days, and now you're here, and it was like a long day, and you've just been talking to the most evil person. Well, potentially the most evil person, the most forwardly evil person you guys have ever met. You guys come out, and Rafa is talking about like you are meant to be in with the rest of the crew. However, I would not blame anyone for setting up a watch, as you are aware of why you are here, to be looking out for something dangerous and infectious. So everyone is taking their own precautions, that is aware. Magnus, you see that a lot of people that are like just sort of bunked down and milling around sort of the main areas. A lot of this space looks like meeting areas, and like it feels like a huge tavern, just sort of in the way it's set up. Like this is not this is a place to like hold up for a few days and like even just sort of revel in some spoils. It's a stopping off point. A lot of these people that you're looking at look somewhat frustrated. Like you don't think they are aware that there's anything dangerous going on. Like these guys have just been told they're not allowed to leave, and then also told to deal with it.
Interesting. Okay. I have to use that for later.
So you guys are led to sort of several rooms, just sort of have cots and bunks and hammocks and like just bedrolls laid out in them. Like it looks like this room is just a big empty room that at the end of the day, whoever's around will just cot down. There's like a bunch of people here, but there's also like a corner that seems like you all could fit in it. How do you want to handle that as far as like watches, or is anyone going to not get a rest? Or is anyone going to stay up like milling around for a while as well?
I mean, I think Keith is at the point where she's like, yeah, time to rest.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I
whatever
don't
is-
think we want to stay without a watch.
No, we'll do a watch for sure. Dislike the idea of Tiven being unarmored, but I think he has to be.
Well, the sailors do get you out of your armor often.
That was just on the Caprice.
I know, but now he's thinking about it again.
Because we have to keep up appearances.
Yeah.
Exactly. So now we
Because, I
know
mean,
the
I'm not
dwarves
exactly.
are
Keith
weak
is not
to strength.
exactly happy about being unarmored.
Yeah. I do think Tiven would want to carouse at some point and kind of get a feel for the other people, but I think after the sailing and everything that he's had to endure, I think setting up a watch is ideal.
Yeah.
taking the first one would be perfectly fine with him. And like meta-wise, I don't think Roll20 could hate me so badly that it'll give me absolute shit rolls twice in a row. But I could have Casey's luck with RNG.
Man, you just never know. Like,
So,
it's
but
just
I
so.
think he will keep his helmet on, as is his tradition. Not quite Mandalorian, but and he will utilize his shield as a bed,
Oh.
so that it is within reach at all times if necessary. But everything else he will Roman style undress and kind of tuck away. The great thing about his armor is that it's meant to blend in. So like if they do have to derobe, they can, it's made out of stone. So I'm hoping there's going to be like a decent looking, reasonably nearby cairn that he can kind of makeshift into something dwarf adjacent, and hide his gear that way. But then he will still utilize. I mean, the shield is who and what he is, and the helmet as well. So he'll still look kind of the part, but also he'll look, as Casey was saying, kind of blended in a little. And then, of course, with all the tattoos and the leather that he's wearing underneath and the cloth with that he wears as his padding will kind of pass as pirate-esque. I don't know. So yeah,
that's
David will
fair.
have to take the first watch, but he's also going to get us food.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I can figure, Katha just takes off everything that she feels is unnecessary, which probably puts her in about a loincloth.
Just scales out.
Yeah, scales out.
I'm just thinking the
I
the
mean,
Jaff
how many
underwear.
really under? Yeah, about. I would say yeah, about
I love
that. Probably more just loincloth of it's just cloth that drapes down in front of her. And
Yeah.
I mean, again, if a stiff breeze comes by, all you see is scales.
Yeah.
Which would make the sailors blush.
Yeah, we're
Uh,
not sexualizing Keitha.
No.
I still find it hard to think anyone would sexualize her that isn't a lizard.
That's fair.
I mean, there's plenty
Even
of
the
humans
lizards themselves,
nowadays who are like, lizards.
No,
Well,
I have
there's
seen the
more-
memes of people sexualizing lizard women, and I'm like,
But they
what
draw
is
them like
wrong?
Italian. You know what I mean?
They
Yeah, they do.
They had the snack tray in front.
Yep, the snack tray, and it's like,
My watermelons.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, I feel like in Majia we've established that the Varst don't really, they're not horny people. Like they go through
they go through
like
cycles,
like
yeah.
a yeah, they go
Yeah.
through a cycle where it's like,
Didn't we make a Ponfar joke in like the first episode?
Probably.
That's
I'm
fine.
not going to go back to look for that specifically, but
No,
yeah,
that's
I'm
fine.
pretty sure we did.
like picking through
yeah.
a haystack.
It's
Just-
important, Casey,
just
for the
there.
lore. We have to.
No,
know
We
I-
have
your
the
homies
lore.
Yeah, and we'll sit down and write some more here shortly. So
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, again, it's if people aren't really used to Varst physiology, how many actually know she's female?
I mean that's fair. I mean
It's a big lizard, and I mean a big lizard. It's like,
yeah.
that's
I think
tall.
That's why Barth and dwarves get along so well. They're both ambiguously non-gendered.
Yeah. I mean, Katha and Tivum probably now understand each other really well about gender and can probably now identify dwarf and Varst female, male. But they've been together for a while.
It's like, your beard is really short and you're older. You must be a woman.
Yeah.
I am. How'd you know? My friend told me.
Oh,
Well, I've been traveling with a dwarf. for hasn't been very long actually. We even been
Yeah,
together?
couple months?
Yeah, couple months.
Something like that, right?
I think this is into the third month.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Because you guys spent a couple, this might actually be near the end of 3 months. Because you guys did spend a couple weeks rolling around in
I think
Minralthen.
it was close to a month we spent rolling around in.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause you
Minralthen,
spent-
we weren't there long. Restrov, we
Yeah,
spent well over a month wandering around
Yes.
that.
Yeah, so you were in Minralthen for a couple of weeks. You were on the ship for a week. You were in Zanqualtech for probably a week total, and then a month on your delivery job that ended with meeting the
All hell breaking loose.
Reese.
all hell breaking loose. Yeah. I think we're like towards the end of knowing each other for 3 months, but in like really close.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, we've been
dangerous,
close
intimate quarters.
proximity.
Yeah, we've all been to
Uh,
the sauna together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Keitha probably thinks of these people as her family more than she thinks of her family as her family.
Mm.
But I think we've established she doesn't like her mom much.
Yeah. All right. So, did you say Tivin was taking the first watch and going
Yeah.
to get everyone some like dinner?
Yeah, he'll scrounge up some food, and in the process of doing so, he's going to use what he learned with the Minralthan guards, quote unquote, like carousing, using dwarven alcohol stories to be like, that's not how I would, just ingratiating himself with the other. Well, you said there was what, 3 or 4 other ships worth of crew?
Yeah, it's like almost 5 ships worth, but some of them would not be leaving. They would be staying here as sort of like an on-base crew. But there are 4 ships, not moored, docked. There are 4 ships docked, so 2 smaller ones, the one you showed up on, which is very similar to the Saint Caprice, and then a very large ship with like obviously the flagship of Admiral Dodge's
Yeah,
personal
obviously,
ship.
3 mass, easily
Yeah,
100 crew. At full,
Yeah,
I
like-
should say.
Yeah, that's like to the max. They're
Yeah.
probably running. It looks like all of the ships are running a little light. At least that's how it
Mhm.
felt on the ship you were on, anyway.
Yeah. So, I mean,
yeah,
yeah,
go
the
and give
galleon
me
might have
a-
20.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think that's the
I
max
think
have.
that's... Yeah, I think you can run a galleon with 20. But
Yeah,
they're going to be bare bones.
Yeah, behind the curtain here, I did do all the math for this on like more or less the minimum crew, but then plus the officers. So not full minimum, but like running low.
Yep.
Mostly
Okay.
just to keep
Okay.
my numbers reasonable.
All right. Let's keep going.
Yeah. So Tibbin, go ahead and make a diplomacy check to sort of, or if you have another skill you think that pirates would respond to.
Question.
Hmm.
Maybe I was thinking of just using society, but that probably. Hold on, let me look at my feats that I have for options.
I'll let you use society, but I will say this is a fringe of society.
No, it's fine.
So diplomacy would be a little more upfront and personable.
No, and I'm fine either way because I think if I were to use society, the DC would be a little bit higher. So I don't
Yeah.
think the 4-point swing. And I'm gonna get lucky or I'm not. So,
Yeah.
but I do like the idea of using. They're both a 0, and I like the idea of using deception more. As kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know. Nah, I use diplomacy. I think Tiven is kind of on the cuff. Like he is what he is.
Yeah.
He can
Okay.
lie, but he's not. There's no need for it. he gets caught in one, he'll feel bad with diplomacy. If he does bad, he'd just play it off like, "Ah, shit, sorry, I didn't mean to offend your mom. I mean your crew."
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
Tim-
Well, it's not a nat
Tim,
one, so
Yeah, you're
So-
going up.
I'm going up.
Going
Next one's gonna be a
Uh,
base 3. God damn it.
up.
Evan, you walk out of the sort of storage room that is a bunk room into the main area, and there is a kitchen with somebody like posted up behind a bar. That's sort of just you see people coming up and getting some stuff. Like there are people that are doing things all night here. They have watches posted. There are people that are going up on top of the keep and like see making sure they're not being hounded by any other like a navy or anything, anyone who might have caught wind of them. They're being cautious. They are still working. You walk into this room full of tired, angry, confused men of violence, and try to ingratiate yourself by being polite, and you immediately just sort of get bodied by the biggest dude, like full tabletop.
And here I am without my armor. God damn it.
No, yeah, you fall down over this like little dude. And like you're like, is that a kid? And it's like, no, that's a halfling that sort of splintered off and is like running with these guys now. You get tabletopped, and they're like, welcome to the Iron Prow. And then he pauses and is staring at you, and he's like, dwarf? Like, he never has seen a dwarf before.
Yes.
And then he spits. Make a reflex save.
Oh,
You have to accept his water. I saw.
I was
this
gonna
in the
say-
movie.
I was like, what if I just keep staring at him unblinking and just let the gob hit my face?
Make an intimidation check.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. That's a +0 as well, but I'm hoping the DC.
Yeah.
The 3's and a 3.
it's a 9.
Nine.
It's not a 3.
So it's not a critical fail like the previous one was, but it is still a fail, and they both sort of you try to death stare them, and the halfling
He's-
is just sort of like, what if, and then they both walk away like into the sort of these other tired people.
I'd pick a
And
fight.
you
Yeah, you
hear-
better walk. No.
Oh yeah, Tibbin's gonna fight 110 pirates. Probably no. They all don't care that much. They would have
Yeah.
circled up though. You wanna
Oh,
start a fight?
I guarantee. Yeah, I could see them circling up for the entertainment of it.
No, yeah, they're not all gonna fight you immediately. They think you're just some. They probably fights happen in this room all the time.
Yeah.
From behind the bar, you hear sort of a deep voice that says like, "So you knew." You see
Yep.
like a human man's face, like handlebar mustache, full bald, but like with the very top of his head, he has hair, like just like a dumb little curly thing on the top, like that's all he can grow now,
Oh,
and he's keeping it. He kept it. So handlebar mustache, big broad dude, probably like 6'2", heavy set. And he's just sort of peeking over the bar, looking at you prone with spit on your face.
Yeah, valid. Yeah, just joined up with the Iron Prow in name of a city whose name escapes me, with a couple friends. I don't. Was it Vigils? Is that where we left from? I can't remember.
no,
Or did we leave
Zankultek.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You-
Okay.
You left from Zankultek, yeah.
I want to create some earth to slowly prop Tiven up.
So you're going to go out into this.
Yeah, I was
and,
gonna
like,
say,
do
are you
overt
out with him?
magic?
Because I thought the rest of us were settling into camp.
Uh, Well, I have much to settle, so yeah.
Okay.
I figured that was there.
Okay.
Okay, so Tivin laying on the ground talking to this guy behind the bar. He starts to come around to like help you up, and then a bunch of dirt starts to pile up underneath Tivin, and this big guy immediately backs up from like leaning down to help you up, and he's like, what the hell is happening?"
I'm just like, I pat the ground, like, thank you, buddy. Oh, it's just a friend. Can I have
Mhm.
2 ales, beers, whatever?
2 ale
Oh,
beers.
yeah, you want the ale and the beer in the same mug? Is that a dwarf
I mean, I'm
thing?
pretty sure ale and beer are. Ale is beer, but not all beer is ale.
Okay,
That's fair.
that's fair.
I'll take
Um,
whatever you have that's middle like APV.
Mhm.
I don't know what those letters mean, Anthony.
Alcohol by volume. ABV is like 40%, 30%, 12%.
Oh, he gives
Alcohol
you
per volume.
he gives you rum.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Why
Yeah,
is the rum? Why? Case
yeah,
it's like,
no,
why is the rum all gone? Like Tiven and oh my god, what the? I feel so stupid.
Komarov.
Komarov. I was like, that's not the word.
yeah, uh, yeah. So he gives you one thing. Do you tell him you're ordering for 4 people?
Oh yeah, no, I told them I did say the friends, and then I'll tell you 2
Okay.
now for me and Komarov, and then a whole nother like a everything, the meat, cheese, bread, whatever you got, fruit if you have it. I don't know what's on the island and readily available, and then more drinks.
Yeah, he gives you like it's pretty much like, you know, like ship rations. There's meat. There's like dried meat, some like stale bread, but then also dried fruit, and then like so much rum.
Excellent.
Like so he gives you the ship's pirates trail ration, 4 on like plates, and then like a little platter so you can carry it out. And he he's looking at you guys and he says, lot of humans, lot of bro, couple halflings. You guys kind of stand out. He's looking at you and Komarov being so small and so broad, and then so green and so made of stone, or stone-like. And he says, like, so I'm just gonna assume you said the name of a city that exists. I don't have the names of all the cities that exist memorized. And he says, like, what are a pair of you guys doing joining up here?
Oh well, I mean that's easy in my case. I can't speak for the other, but my people don't really do the big water. We don't even have a word for it. So I put myself forward to do so. Got in a little bit of trouble, I'm not gonna lie, and now I'm kind of paying off some debts.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
And
so
very
learning.
when
popular with the elven sailors.
Yeah.
so when you said you joined up, you got.
I mean, we don't have a word for that in my language either, so I guess. But
Well, here
hey,
we call it getting got.
everything we yeah, every, we do everything we can with gusto. That's the whole point.
What about you? What's up with your? He wiggles his fingers. Your hands. Not a
Oh,
lot of orcs going on, and I've never seen any with. And then he wiggles his fingers again. Hands like that.
yes. I was captured by evil Minrothan nerds who attached these hands to me as punishment for killing so many of their kind.
Go ahead and make me a deception check. This guy's eyes are wide and his mouth is like open. He says, "You killed so many Mithralsons that they gave you new mechanical arms that don't impede you at all as a punishment."
Yes. They tried
he
to take
is
away my connection to the spirits and failed.
he's nodding his head somberly, like you're like all of a sudden now you're like a folk hero. He believes you totally. He's like, "And you're friends with the dwarf? I'll let everyone know to step light."
Mhm.
But he reaches out to shake both of your hands and he says, "Well, I'm sort of the night cook and the day cook, and in the middle of the day, it's also me. My name's Sander."
Sam.
Colonel? No.
No,
Uh,
I'm still just the cook.
Mhm.
Cook Sander. My name is Cook Sander, and I am the cook, so I'm the Cook Sander.
Hmm.
Oh, your name is Cook, and you cook, okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
get
sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah,
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 yeah. We have a lot of that in dwarven culture too, so that's okay. A lot of people called sword, axe, and hammer, and somehow they end up becoming tailors and seamstresses.
Hmm.
Sometimes you go with fate, and sometimes you go against it. But you always end up where you deserve.
Yeah, isn't that how fate works?
Aye. Well, do you introduce yourselves to him, and do you give him fake names?
I do not have a fake name. I am
Yeah,
Komarov.
Okay.
I think Tibbin would be like, he would just say his name is Tibbin. I don't think he'd give him a
Yeah.
full name because Tibbin's a
Mhm.
pretty common dwarven name. So
He says, "Well, I'm sure that after whatever business is going on now, you guys will make totally respectable cutthroats. You seem muscular and magical each, and enjoy your rations." And I'm sorry about, he gestures to where like the two guys went. Um,
that's okay.
everyone,
It
everyone's
actually
a
went
little
better
on
than I
edge,
anticipated.
and you came in hot. You came in swinging, and they, a lot of these guys have been to right proper prisons, so they, you know, you came in smiling, and they gotta step up. That's how they learned, and they didn't learn. A lot of these guys didn't have parents, so um, we do what we can. And he bids you guys good night.
Hmm?
Well, thank you, Sander. We'll take these back to my crew.
Yeah, so you
It is
guys have your
disappointing you
ration.
did not fight them, Sam. They're Tiven. Sam.
Sanders like, "I'm not gonna fight those guys."
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry. It's Sander on mine. Uh,
I like
we're learning.
Sander.
We're
You good
learning
to
to
cook?
temper our rage, right, Komarov?
but these people like to fight. This is their way.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Mhm.
Although my dad did tell me if you ever end up in a place where you're quarantined, you have to pick out the biggest, strongest guy and beat him up on day one. So we'll see. I mean, I would have thought it would have been Katha, but that doesn't do us any work
Uh,
because she's the
it
biggest,
is
strongest.
probably. But you also said guy, and Katha isn't a guy.
Are you sure?
I think so. I mean,
I don't
the
know. I don't
bard
want to find out. It's okay.
kinda, they're varsity, all of them, but
That's fair.
at least, Katha
Well,
sounds feminine.
I'll have to find another one.
Bitch.
I mean, that guy that spit on you, he looked pretty good to fight.
Thank you. So do you.
Hmm.
All right, let's get these back to the so you can get some sleep.
Yeah,
No?
so you guys get that back to the crew, or to the party, and you guys I'll have some really bland rations. Um, what's the order of the watches? And is anyone going to be doing anything extra
I
on the
will
watch?
offer up my new uh, preserve that I got, the Pow Pow fruit preserve. If anyone
Yeah.
would like to add it to their biscuits.
Yeah, I think that would make hardtack 4% more like eatable. So
Edible,
deal.
yeah.
I think you're supposed to dissolve it into the mug. I don't know.
From
What?
the earth it comes to the earth it returns.
Hmm. Like you put the biscuit into the mug,
With the
and
rum?
yeah, I
There,
don't know
there
how
is.
else you eat it. It's so hard. Like
Keith is like, no,
broth
I
is
think you're
easier.
supposed to put it into some water first, but still add the preserve after it's softened up a bit.
No, I see.
I think. Isn't that what they did on the Caprice?
Oh, I was eating the good stuff. I didn't tell them that though.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you guys had your own food on the Caprice because you had
Doesn't
Ravensfell
mean
with
I
you, and he was.
didn't
Mhm.
pay attention to what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
True.
I wasn't
But,
paying it.
but yeah, no, you are correct. I do believe that's how that works out.
Hmm.
Because otherwise, it's just it'll break your teeth.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you guys stir your hardtack into your rum, and then Komarov stirs all of his food into his rum and loses it in there, and just has to sort of drink this awful stew. You-
You know the pow pow fruit and rum and tack. Um,
See, the
not
pow
bad.
pow fruit would be good in the rum, but I don't think everything
yeah,
else would be.
yeah, it's like bread, jerky, and then like dried papaya.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe
effectively.
this is like a magic potion that will make travel on the sea easier. Maybe this is why they like it.
Okay, I'm okay. Keitha will take either second watch or second to last watch.
I can take the last watch.
Yeah, I figured you would want the last watch to do your spells.
Hmm. Yes, second watch.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
I think Keitha would prefer second watch, so if you'll take second to last, third.
Third. That's the number I was looking for.
Third.
The 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 rum makes numbers hard.
Does.
Yeah, go
You
ahead
can
and everyone
count?
get.
Mm,
No, yeah, everyone is pretty drunk. This is hard stuff. Um, okay. Um, starting with Tivin, are you doing anything during your watch? Are you like meandering around, or are you just sort of staying up and keeping an eye on things?
No, I'm just gonna stay up and keep an eye on things. I think I kind of got disheartened by his failure to ingratiate himself with another crew. I mean, it's only day
Okay.
one. So he's okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, he will take a particular interest if anybody like, because I know that ships have a Jolly Roger, and then they typically don't like quote unquote wear colors to identify themselves as an active member of a particular crew. That's kind of what made like Buccaneers and Privateers so unique. They all kind of dress the same. Um, so realistically, like what the three or four or five guys that he did interact with, that they may want make their way over, he'll be vigilant to take note of them. But realistically, he's just gonna relax and um, do his due diligence. He doesn't have his armor on, so he's not looking to fight if he can help it.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of restless movement. It's a lot of like you even hear some people like getting into fights, and then Sander has to go over there and like break them up too. But it's like way more of like a slap fight. Like people are just stressed out. But otherwise, nothing really happens in the moment for your couple of hours. Moving to Katha. You doing anything specific on your watch while you're up?
She's probably doing maintenance on her gear.
Okay.
Imagine the armor is probably needing some oiling and derusting and polishing.
Yeah, so Katha's doing maintenance on her gear. Go ahead and make a perception check for me. 18. You can hear some kind of like on the far side of where you guys are. There is a door separating you from where the rest of like the sort of big area with all the tables, the part that feels very much like a tavern, but they
Hmm.
just sort of keep the door open because people are coming in and out. And you notice that there's an area where it looks like they've moved all of the tables farther away. And there's a door, and you hear sort of like a humming come from that door.
Hmm. Okay, is
And
anyone
nobody
actually awake?
No.
people are sort of moving around and doing stuff. But it's very late at night, so it's not
Yeah.
anything um, spectacular.
I'm not looking for spectacular. I'm looking for awake. So I'll
I'd say
keep.
there's like some people awake. The wild majority of people are asleep or at least trying to sleep.
Yeah. Alright, I'll go up to one of the people that is actively awake. It looks
Hmm.
like they can't sleep and is trying to just while away the hours.
Hmm.
And I'll ask, so what can you tell me about that door? Is that where the captain has the creature chained?
Give me a diplomacy check. Yeah, you come up to a big Varst, a big male Varst, and he's wearing like a shirt, like your standard like lace up shirt, but it's like pretty worn out, and it looks like it's been expanded as he's sort of grown. And he has got like a cup that he's sort of stirring dice with, and it just like the equivalent of what humans get when they haven't slept really well, like bags under the eyes. Like he's
Mm-hmm.
looking like flaky a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, and he comes up, like meets your gaze, and he says, um, there is not very many Varst here. Um, says, good to see familiarity a little bit. I've been gone from Restra for a long time. Yes, that is where the creature is. That goes into natural cavern. Um, as far as I know, no one is allowed there. Also, very spooky. Nobody wants to go there either.
From what I hear, it was a vicious battle. Did you see the creature yourself, or just heard rumors of it?
I was there.
Really?
Admiral Dodge. Admiral Dodge was. He turns and he looks at like sort of a larger table towards the, like, towards the like central of the room. He was doing planning with his crew who has stopped here for support or supplies, and from the ceiling dropped this dark creature, swinging its claws and stabbing with its tail and spitting something that burned. And the admiral, um, he held it over his head, dropped it onto his knee, and then he makes a gesture that you understand as a man who fundamentally does not understand magic, like casting a spell. And that made the creature quiet. You take his sword and sort of just flipped it over and wrestled it into there. People were trying to help, but when Captain Admiral Dodge, it is both. When Dodge gets going, he swings the sword wide.
Ah, so
He swings
something
the
of
sword
a
wide, and
savage, huh?
his savage mind, and he is savage in his arms as well. Yes. But he like touches his like the side of his head, and he says, "He is keen though. Do not cross him." People try to help, but they are burned by the monster's blood.
Mm.
Um,
So
so he continue.
Keitha was gonna say, so the creature was in here, and you didn't see where it came from?
No, it it was. He looks up, and the ceiling's like 20 feet up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so he says it was crawling on the ceiling, and in the shadows of the torchlight, it was just hard. Um, and he sort of, it's like a very like resigned shrug, where it was like, we all learned to look up that day. Um,
Isn't that something the hawk like to tease everyone about? Enemies
yes,
rarely look up.
he points right at you. He says, "They say that shit all the time. They are right though, and I hate it."
Keitha's like, yeah. One of my companions recently was a hawk halfling. Kind of a scary little bugger.
Yes, they're crazy. They're crazy. Sometimes we get people who are paying off a debt. Sometimes it is they are being hired. They very strange morals, those ones. Um, Good for business, bad for business. Sometimes they kill everyone. Sometimes you have to kill a lot of them. Vol- Volatile.
They are volatile, I agree. I'm curious, though, did the creature kill anyone? It sounds really dangerous, and I'm curious if anyone died from it.
In the in the fight with Admiral Dodge, several men were hurt, with both stinging from the tail, and then also just the its blood and saliva is burning. Um, but only one man was dead that day. Um, Big brawl named Danvy, and it looked like he was torn apart from the inside.
Hmm, I see. Was Danby a part of Admiral Dodge's crew? The Admiral's crew? Or was he with someone else?
No, he was another. He was with another crew.
Okay. Da-da-da. Say that name again?
Danby
Danvy,
Danby?
with a D or G.
a D.
Danvee?
Yes.
Okay. She's like, okay. Interesting. What crew was he a part of, if you know?
I think Danvy was part of the Squall. Is one of the smaller boats on the docks.
I see. Huh, interesting. Oh, I apologize. I'm Katha, warrior priestess of Selendrith, and you are?
He introduces himself as Kayak,
Spell?
K-A-A-I-K.
Okay. And whose crew are you with, Kaik?
I am with the... Oh no. I've lost my...
It's okay.
I've lost my note on this. I promise I have no names for this. He's part of the flagship's crew.
Okay, so he's part of the Admiral's crew. That's fine.
Yeah. So he is part of the admiral's crew. And that ship, I found it. So the big galleon's name is the Herald.
Wow. Interesting name.
I don't think it translates very well. They say it's supposed to. You see like the sails and you see the flag and people know that destruction is coming. Like
Hmm.
I think it makes more sense in the elf language.
Well, I think a lot of the sailing stuff makes more sense in the elf language.
That it does. You say you're a priestess of Selandrith?
I am. Do you need a blessing?
I think everyone here could use some blessings. Um, make a religion check. He's giving you like a very purposeful look, like he's doing a lot of thinking and considering. Um,
Oh, geez, really?
yeah. So he's looking at you and he says, "I I think maybe some people could use some help with their religion, but I am accepting of what I've done in my life."
Well, as the goddess teaches, it's acceptance of what we have done in life that brings us closer to her.
I'm very close with Salandrith indeed. You have a good night, Ketha. I am going to... And then he looks into his cup with the dice in it and he says, I would like to return to my quiet brooding. And then he just starts like rolling dice in front of him.
Okay. Yeah, I think Keith will head back to the room and go back to doing her maintenance on her gear.
Yeah, you go back and you start polishing everything, derusting everything, making sure the fittings are all correct, and like doing whatever sewing needs to be done. Um, your watch goes by, and you wake up Komarov. Komarov, are you going to be doing anything overnight for your watch?
As soon as I think Katha is asleep, um, I'm going to create 10 bonk worth of stones and put it in front of the door. And then I'm going to go find someone to hang out with.
Okay, so you're in a room with like a lot more people. So you barricade them in?
Yeah,
Okay.
that to me is they are being watched and protected.
Yeah.
Okay.
If not consistent, I guess.
No, yeah, that's fair. You pile up a bunch of stones in front of a shut door, that where your friends and maybe a dozen other dudes are sleeping, and you go off. What are you looking for? How do you operate here?
Like, I just want to take a look around, just in case I have to. I'm gonna find out where the water on the island it comes from,
Mhm.
like the fresh water.
Yeah. Go ahead and make perception or survival. Jeez. You, Komarov, you pile these stones out in front, barricading this door shut, with like a bunch of people on the other side, and then you sort of close your eyes and you hold out one of your hands, like just feeling for the water, feeling, trying to sort through like the ocean and like the waves that you can feel all around you. And I do identify that the island itself, like while this has some like the keep here may or may not have been like built by or for pirates. It is now repurposed to these pirates. You feel that there's a spring on the island. Like this is why it exists. This is why this is here. This is why this is a good spot for this. It's pulling you towards this door that has no tables next to it, and nobody is milling around that door.
Okay. I'll go through the door.
You
Assuming
try to go through the door, and it is locked.
Okay.
Make a perception check.
Sure.
You touch the door. You try to open it up. It's like it feels like it. This is a new door. This was put here recently, um, and the lock feels pretty sturdy. But the perception check is for this sort of keening sound that wasn't there until you touched and tried the door. On the other side of the door, you hear this like sort of, it's like a low vibrating screeching sound. You know, you can almost feel it more than you can hear it.
Well, that's disturbing. I will go ingratiate myself with some locals.
Okay, you walk into a room full of angry, tired, sleeping pirates. Go ahead and make whatever check you're gonna do.
Okay.
What are you doing?
So, I will introduce myself as Komarov, and I will tell the tale of the ghost ship I saw on the shallow sea called the Daily Occurrence.
The daily occurrence. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And uh, so the story was that I was taken aboard this ghost ship, and the crew were just, they looked like living people still, but you saw little movements underneath their skin. And when I saw the captain, Captain Daly, his stomach was open, and you could see that it was populated by tiny little crewmen, little pirates with 6 arms. It
That's
was the
not
most
what I thought you were gonna.
horrifying thing I've ever seen.
That's so
So
not what I thought you were gonna say.
I'm going to tell this ghost story with intimidate.
Okay.
To spook them.
Wow.
You
If people
tell
weren't
this
sleeping
story.
before, they're not sleeping now.
Yeah, you tell this story to like a room full of people. A lot of people are like laying on tables, whether they got drunk and just passed out there, or if there's not usually that many people here. And so they're just having to sort of make room and camp out. A lot of people are fully afraid of what you've said. If not very believing of it, you tell a very convincing story. Several full-grown human men are like have moved like closer to each other, like with the sort of machismo and bravado that like angry, tired, sleepy pirates would sort of have. Like you walk up and they're trying to like mean mug and get all aggressive with you, but then at the end of the story there's like three dudes like all shoulders touching, leaning into each other, like lips quivering, and they're like, that's bullshit, that didn't happen. Just terrified.
No way, that's real. That's
No,
not right.
no
It
way.
doesn't happen that way. The
They're
hell?
like, I don't believe it. And then one of them is like,
Oh no, I heard that once.
that
My
it's
mom
the
told me
shallow.
that story when I was a boy.
They're like, yeah, one of them is fully like has put the story into his past, and another one is like, shit like that
Well,
happens in
I'm
the
a
shallow
liar.
sea all the time. Why do you think they fucking put up that temple there? This is why nobody goes there, dude. Because of the fucking ship. Uh,
Got all the hallmarks of times I heard that forest speak.
yeah, like you've now terrified like a bunch of people. Um,
All right, everybody. Good night. Good luck going back to bed.
yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
um,
After that story, I will then just start. I just want to ask if anyone else, like, I'll finish the story with, does anybody else hear that humming? And then leave.
you just leave.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like all these three big dudes that have sort of like piled up with each other. You say, "Does anyone hear the humming?" And you walk away nonchalantly, and they all like perk up. They're like, "What's he talking about? What
You know
the
what?
shit is he
You know
talking
what?
about?"
Now that he says it, guys, is the ground? I mean, do you feel the vibration? And then Brian's
Oh,
character
damn
doing
it.
it with his earth powers.
The Leviathan is circling the island.
Oh my
Just
god.
like
Ooh.
telling their own like crazy stories, just really over freaking each other out. Um, yeah. So you identify, try this door. There's a locked door where there's like the spring water on the other side. You make yourself known to a fair amount of people, and then you walk away. Mic drop. Do you just go back to your watch?
um, I still think they're safe, so I'll spend the rest of my time outside because I'm like, now that I can hear the humming, actually, I want to see if it's better outside. Plus,
Yeah.
I'm used to being outside, so I think I'll just make a sand trundle.
Yeah, you go out onto and there's not really a beach on this kind of island. This is sort of like a big outcropping of stones surrounded by other stones. You can go outside. There is like some amount of outside land for you to go onto before you get to like the actual docks. You're come out and like on the edge where the walls of the keep come up, you cannot hear this keening sound out here with just these big waves coming up and crashing like over the stones. And there are a couple people set to watch on the ships,
Mm,
just like um guy up in the crow's nest, guy up on the docks to make sure nobody's like going where they shouldn't be. But as long as you don't go like right up and try to get onto a ship, they like mark your presence, but they don't make any moves. They just sort of like nod. But out here you can't hear the keening sound. The waves drown it all out.
mm. This is just more proof that people should be sleeping outside when it's nice. Ah, oh, they have so much confidence in their rooms.
Go ahead and
Ah,
make me a perception check.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Movement.
you're looking at the clouds and the storm like way off from the island, farther away from the actual mainland. It looks like it's like a really heavy ocean storm. It so powerful, so intimidating.
Hmm.
Um, Not like,
So,
not quite a full vortex, but you can see the clouds are like doing that intimidating swirl thing.
mhm,
Uh, and that sort of keeps your attention for a long time, I think.
mhm. And then when I think enough time has passed, uh, I'll go back, uh, get rid of the rocks, make them go back to where they came from, and then
You put the rocks back where they came from. The door immediately opens, and this really skinny dude, he's like, "I need to pee," wanders off to the latrines. He's been pushing on the doors, but he's just so small and so drunk and so so sickly.
Oh,
He wanders past you, walking funny. Um, and Magnus, it'll be your watch for the night.
Mike had to go AFK. Work is calling him.
Oh shoot.
oh,
Okay. Uh, I didn't see that message. I'm sorry.
He
You
posted it in
guys.
Discord. It's fine.
I just didn't have that open. Okay. So we'll come back to Mike's watch. The next day, everyone wakes up, and it feels like everyone is trying to stay busy, but with the way things are, it's like mostly just maintenance on everything. What does everyone want to do with their day as you've been tasked with trying to root out um, like anyone who might be infected or any details you can find?
well, I
Oh,
mean,
I want to back up to when you guys were asleep. I'm so sorry.
okay.
Um, Specifically to K-Thought. K-Thought, you have this really surreal sort of dream where you're standing on a ship during this crazy storm. Nobody else is on the ship except for Admiral Dodge, and he's just sort of standing at the um the wheel. I forget what that's called.
Okay.
The What the helm is, or
The helm.
The helm,
That's
thank
right.
you. He's standing at the helm, not touching the wheel. It's just spinning like whatever forces this storm is throwing the ship through. He's just standing there with his arms crossed, great sword on his back, like his big furry neck and into his chest fur, and then his like mostly bald head. And he's just sort of staring down at you, smiling. And he's backlit by lightning. And as it flashes and his shape becomes sort of like this black silhouette, his eyes stay lit. Make another religion check for me.
Brian's story coming to life?
Yeah. I thought you wake up with the knowledge that if you fall under this man's thumb, it will go against your oath as a champion in a notable way.
Uh,
Like this is not a punishment; it is a warning. Like the things you're doing now totally makes sense. This is sort of like a don't cross too many lines. It is what you get when you wake up. Is
okay.
like this guy's whole modus, his reason for existing, the way he operates, the way he moves, and the way he has tried to coerce you would go against your oaths. At least some
Okay.
of them.
Enough that I would not be a champion. Got it.
Yeah, you would need you're not positive where that line is. You haven't been punished yet, you know. You've made the promises you have. You were coerced to come here. You're not expected as a champion to try and fight 150 pirates. You know?
Yeah, but I also need information on the bug.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
And in
just
all
a
honesty, that's my focus is the bug.
yeah. Um. Yeah. So what is everyone going to do, sort of with their day? So Tivin has a reputation of being someone easy to push over. Komarov has a reputation for having at least told a very convincing, very scary story. And Katha did make Kayak, who is one of the crew of the Herald. Oh, and Tivin also meant Cook Sanders, the cook.
Yeah,
Sander.
Sander. Yeah,
Singular.
and
Singular Sander.
he would have told everybody the story of like the interactions with the other crew, and also the story that uh, him and Komarov told Sander and all that. It's like just so there's not any miscommunication.
Yeah.
Um, now that we're on terra firma, and he's had an evening of rest, uh, the helmet can come off. He'll be a little more personable, and then the armor goes on.
Uh,
So yeah, so he is now of the earth, and I think going back to his roots. No, do we? I know, like is it? Oh my god, I can't pronounce his name. Like Cassandra?
Leaxandra.
Yeah,
Alexandra.
Cassandra. That's Komarov's husband.
Yeah.
They're they're held somewhere. Are they on the island with us that we know? Because they came on a different ship, right?
Yes, you have been led to believe that that he has a room and is sort of not being allowed to leave.
Correct. And all right,
So you've been led to believe he is here. Yes.
yeah. So that Tiven will, under the guise of ingratiating himself some more, and he's perfectly happy to play the fool if that makes things more believable. He's not. He's proud, but he's not like stupid proud.
Yeah.
He's not Conan the Barbarian proud, where it's like, you called me a what? Let's fight.
Yes.
He'll
Yeah.
play the fool to get information, but he also wants to use surveying to survey um, or society, I guess. To what's the word? Words are hard for me as well.
Yeah.
Um, I assume most of the pirate crews are cliquey in that they probably stay relatively close to their own people. I'm sure there's some intermingling, and he'll be interested in noting that if it becomes apparent. But mostly like the areas that are well worn, well walked, using the surveying as far as like cartography style.
Uh-huh.
Also looking for areas that are um, like he's gonna go for a walk, I guess, and in doing
Yeah.
so, he wants to scout uh, places where there might be activity that would otherwise go unnoticed, I guess. And I'm just telling you what I want to do, and you tell me the skill that I roll. I'm not. I don't mean to keep being like I want to use these skills.
No,
I just want to
it's
use his
totally good.
knowledge of surveying in some way, or whatever skill you think is viable, perception or what or intuition or whatever. But the goal is going to be to basically circumnavigate the area
Mhm.
that they're primarily housing, and he's looking for anything that is usual but unusual. You know what I mean? Like if you hide something in plain sight like that, I think that might be something of interest to the group. Knowing that Katha and a couple of the other group are going to be far better at diplomacy or medicine, trying to find the pathway, he's going to stick to what he knows, so
Yeah,
to
of
speak.
course. So this sounds like I will let you use survival, but this does sound like perception unless you want to use thievery. Because thievery for knowledge to like look or to see if there's any like hideaways or places where things could be illicit and forgotten.
No, Val. You know what? It's such much lower modifier, but I do like the idea of him breaking the mold and using thievery, trying to like that whole, like I said, the hiding in plain sight type thing, and we'll see how he
Yeah,
does.
absolutely. Go for it.
Come
Good
on.
luck.
Hey, 10's not terrible.
So
Huh?
with an 11, you don't notice anything really overt, but you do see that, like, for the most part, this place, at least the floor you're on, it's like pretty open, but it's also doesn't have very many windows. So while it is very open, there are also like walls for you to lean back into and lots of shadows to hide in. Like, there are some windows, but they're the sort of like bolt hole windows for like
Oh,
looking
they're
out or like firing a crossbow
I'll say they're like
or
uh the round portcullis holes on a ship. They're probably repurposed to be
yeah. Yeah,
those.
yeah. So they're small and narrow like that. So lighting
I
is
like
mostly still done by like candelabras or like in sort of the more open areas. There is like a fire there's
reception
like a
for.
fireplace in sort of the central area. So what you're looking at is a lot of options for like doing something underhanded or illicit, but you with your
Yeah.
history don't notice any like, oh, this is where you don't notice anyone do anything right now. But I think it does come to mind that you're like, knowing the space gives you a lot of options to go unseen or to do things that people aren't going to notice. Like, hiding in plain sight
Yeah.
here is easy just because of the nature of the lighting and how wide the space is.
So from dwarf mentality, they have built their environment to suit their needs and desires, like the dwarves would do. So that I didn't roll well, but I understood that tonality.
Now, what you're looking at is, I think Tivin would understand this on like a poetic level.
Yeah.
This place reflects the hearts of the men that live here.
Okay.
It is as open and as harsh as you can see it, but there's lots of space for you to hide stuff and be that nasty person you are, you know?
Yeah. Um,
Um,
Remind me, Magnus has rogue levels, right?
yes,
Yes.
Magnus is, oh, there's Mike.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, he came back. So Tivin's just making a mental note, and then later on he can share. It's again, it could be wrong information, whatever, but he's going to share. He's going to share the information that he has gleaned.
Of course.
So,
Um, I do want to
I
back
have
up.
to bio break, so I'll be back.
Yeah, I do want to back up before we move too far into the day to Magnus's watch.
Yeah.
So Magnus, you're doing the last watch. Um, everyone sort of got up and moved around a little bit. Does Magnus want to do anything specific on his watch while he's doing his like daily preparations?
No, I think I'll be spending most of my time just prepping my spells and all that. So I do want to kind of get an idea, seeing like how long they expected us to be journeying on the boat and all that. So I can maybe make some arrangements to do a few other things while we're here.
Um, so you feel free to like roll a skill if you want more specific information, but just for like from Magnus's perspective, you've been coerced to come here to to use your history and knowledge of a problem that they don't have any real concept of, except with interactions that assert that you are going to be better at it because you've already done all the legwork. And you know that that problem manifests itself like in the shortest time, 2 days. In the longest
Okay.
time, you were with Ravenspell for several weeks. Um, but you also have the information that within some capacity, the Smertzuk can influence the gestation of whatever's going on. So the admiral is wary of other people either being infected or being coerced. Having fought it off, you are still able to be coerced potentially, and he wants that to be rooted out. So if you're looking for a timeline, it is between depending on who got infected, when they got infected, if they're infected at all, or if it's just paranoia, between 2 and like 5 days.
Okay.
You know, unless you can find someone that's fully been cocooned up. You know, but that's the information you have now. That's
Oh,
just sort of like bullet points that you have about what's going on and what you've been told.
well, let's see here then. I'll just strike up some conversations with some of the sailors then, and just kind of get a feel for the crew and the team there. So let's do this one.
Underworld? Yeah. You go out, you do your spell preparations, you walk out into the main area, and your watch is the last one, so there are actually more people getting up than on the previous watches. It was winding down and like sort of like bare minimum people that are used to doing the night watch on their ship, you know, continuing their sort of schedule. But now you're coming into people moving around a little more. And something you see is this sort of elf woman taking like trays of just like dry bread into in sort of an enclosed room. And as she opens the door, you see um, you see a bunch of people in chains, uh, sort of kept in this small, sort of walled off pen area. And then she comes out without any bread on the tray, comes back. And she sort of notices you watching and walks right up to you, like sort of aggressively. She's like, I don't know you. What is your name?
I'm
And
one of the new ones.
she puts out her hand to shake it like she's being polite.
Hmm.
She says
I'll
like,
shake her. Yeah, I'll shake her hand. I'm Mag. I'm one of the new people.
Meg, all right. What crew are you with?
The new ones that we just came on board just last night.
You came in. You came in with Voldemir's crew.
Oh,
The
Voldemort.
Squall
Well,
is our
the
ship.
squad, yeah. Yeah.
At least that's the ship we came in on.
Uh, allegedly, no.
Well, no,
I
that's the ship we did
Yeah.
come in on. But if you want to say we're on that ship, that's up to you.
That ship. Yeah.
I mean, they did point out their quartermaster to us and are like, use him.
He's him. Yeah.
So it seems like if we're going to say anyone, the Squall will back us on that.
The Squall Wolf.
She sort of nods, and she says, "I am Renee. Is the squall the ship you guys came on?"
It must be
Yes.
because I've got all kinds of Squall everywhere.
I think the squall is the ship. This absolutely could have been me having described something poorly. I think the squall is the ship that brought Alexandra ahead of you
I
guys.
thought we were on the Iron
Oh.
Prow.
Well, Iron Prow
Iron
is
Prow
the
is the name of the
pirates.
organization.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah. So the flagship is the Herald of the Iron Prow.
Yeah.
The Squall is one of the smaller ships that brought Alexandra. I know I named all 4 ships, but I don't think I have those notes in front of me. But you're on your captain. The guy that brought you is Voldemir, and Rafa is his first mate. This elf, and he's been the one that's sort of like shown you around, and he's the one that was in
Everything
the room
I
with
have
you.
says Squall on it for those guys.
Yeah.
So I think it was a
think-
different ship that brought Leoxandra.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've ever been told what the name of that ship is.
No, I don't think so. You may be right. I might have described it incorrectly. So we'll just stick with that. So you guys are part of the squall.
Hold on.
Yeah,
What's up?
effectively, we're on the squall.
Yeah. I'm just updating my notes too. Yeah, because I think I had it mixed up too. Okay.
Like I said, I have no ship names other than the Saint Caprice,
Harold.
the Herald, and Squall.
Well,
That's it. And I know we're not on the Saint Caprice because that's a completely different
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
mhm.
So, again, I will stand by. I don't think we've ever been told the name of the ship that Leoxandra was brought in on.
Because I don't think anyone actually looked into that one, but
Okay.
so yeah, so
I'm-
Voldemir is we're crew with him.
um, she nods and she says, "Solid crew. Where did they get you?"
They picked us up in Zanquiltec.
Yeah, Zank.
What the heck?
So yeah, we joined up in Zanquiltec.
Big city, good to do business with. Um, well, you sort of stared at me while I was doing my morning, so I thought I'd come over here, get up in your face. You seem like a quiet guy.
I'm just kind of getting my bearings around here and seeing what's going on. Always looking to see what can be fixed and done with.
Fixed, you're the kind you're oh, what would you call that? A carpenter?
Uh,
She walks a little circle around you and she says, "You don't really have the shoulders of a carpenter."
I do some crafting, but not for the carpentry stuff. I do other things.
Her eyes sort of light up and she's like, "Oh, are you a forger?"
It's
It says it like it's valuable.
nothing. Yeah. Let's see. They didn't take any of our other gear, just our weapons and armor, correct?
Just our weapons.
Just the weapons.
But as
Yeah,
far
just
as
the
I
weapons.
remember, yeah, just our weapons. We have
Mhm.
our armor.
So he'll pull out of his backpack some tattooing paraphernalia, and he's
Implements.
also
There you
got
go.
alchemist toolkit as well.
Oh, you're a sort of jack of all trades. She's like wagging her finger like that's um a revelation, and she says, "That is really good. We don't get enough people like that. Were you paying off a debt, or are you here because you're kind of fucked up, huh?"
Uh, I had to leave my home area pretty quickly, but I do have some skill in knowledge in more academic stuff as well.
I
I
do
do
love an
some minor
exiled
craftsman stuff,
academic.
not the big labor stuff, the more minute stuff.
Okay, that can get that can be just as valuable as long as your ship stays floating. She leans in and she's like, "So why'd you have to leave home? You stealing books? You kill someone? You sleep with the wrong man's wife?
Mm, something like that.
Something like that. Okay.
Is anyone else
May
awake at this point? Or
I? No, this is during his watch. So this
Okay.
person is like up really early, and she went and she fed the like slaves that are also
Yeah.
just stuck here with the rest of the crew.
Yeah.
The door is now shut, but he slept with the wrong man's books. I stole a man's wife and I slept with his books. Oh,
Maybe it was a count.
Oh, jeez.
uh, um, but Magnus now
Oh.
knows sort of where this room full of slaves in chains are. You guys are aware that this is something that they run in. It's sort of what they're known for, being really aggressive with it. And did I tell you this woman's name?
Renee.
Renee.
Okay, cool.
I made a
I'm,
French
I'm
accent.
I'm looking at it, but I was like, did I say it? But yeah. So this is an elf. Sorry, I didn't say that. I keep saying woman.
No,
You
you
said
said
elf.
elf woman.
Yeah.
Elf
Oh,
woman.
okay. Shoot. I backed myself up. I got confused looking at all my notes here.
Tell us the name of other ships. No.
There. Oh, the names of the other. No, we didn't talk about that.
It's
Okay.
No.
Okay. Keep
Yeah.
going. Keep going.
Yeah. So she is. She's sort of just hassling you. Go ahead and make a perception check for me. Just during this interaction. Perception. So you see that this woman is that this elf is kind of just messing with you. Like she didn't recognize you, and she came in to hassle you to see if you would like flounder or buckle or try to like get all up in her face. And you sort of were just really open about who you are and what you do, with the exception of like the something like that. And I don't think she expected you to not be just like everyone else. So she was just sort of kept needling, and you just respond really regularly like it's not getting to you. And you see at the sort of end of this interaction, she's smiling and says, I think it's good to have people with your skill set and your demeanor. It's a nice change. Also, if you go in that room, a bigger man than you will crush your hands. You do need clearance to go in, and she points at the room with all the slaves in them, to go in that room.
I don't think I want to be in that room, anyways.
Yeah, I agree. You don't want to be in that room. She slaps your shoulder and she says, well, welcome to the Iron Prow, the most evil bastards on the ocean. And then she walks away.
I appreciate
Was there
this
anything
woman.
else? Was there anything else you were looking for with that underworld lore check? In specific.
Maybe just trying to figure out a little bit more on their like operation.
So it's
If
hard
it's
to
just
tell.
if it's just like the 4 ships, or is there additional
like a big
ships?
flow. Yeah. Influx.
You see that there's more there. In theory, like everyone here could absolutely run and like get out of here on the 4 ships, but if they run a little light, there is enough people here to crew 4 ships and then also leave people here. As far as the operations go, you know they deal in smuggling, and you're not seeing a lot of goods, at least not here. So they've got to have either like another building, or the ships are still stocked, which wouldn't necessarily actually be that good of an idea because anything could happen even with ships stocked. So you think there could be another area where they keep like goods and stuff. But the things you know about what these guys run in is smuggling like super illegal stuff, attacking merchant ships, and then running slaves to wherever they can go, usually to areas of Brawl, Zanquiltech, or like just anyone who has enough influence or isolation to keep them themselves. So as far as infrastructure goes, you see a lot of people trying to stay busy, like they're waking up and people are like cleaning the floors. It looks like almost compulsively, like these are people that are used to having actually a little more to do. but they've been stuck here for a few days now, and until they like you know that they don't know they're under quarantine. They've been told something else. So the infrastructure of things is actually a little loose right now. Like people are telling other people to do stuff, but it's almost all repair work.
Awesome. Okay.
Was there anything else you wanted to do with your watch, or are we going to move into the day?
I think we're good to go to the day.
Okay. Everyone else wakes up. Magnus is already up, has this interaction with this elf who is overfeeding the slaves and came and gave him a hard time and walked away smiling. Tivin gets up and is looking around to try and figure out where things can be hidden and sees this place is just poorly lit, lots of dark shadows and hard corners. So like it's all open and you can see everyone, but it's really easy to hide little things. And we'll move to what does Kathar want to do, sort of the beginning of the day. So while Tivin is sort of lurking around, just sort of surveying the area.
Okay, I think she's gonna open up with a morning ritual of welcoming the day, and she's gonna be very open about performing this. Kind of like a, hey, come join me for religious ceremony. Because her whole little dream last night has probably put her on edge. So she's probably going a little overboard
Okay.
with her the rituals.
Her display.
Well,
Yeah,
her
her rituals.
rituals. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like way more open, like projecting to the back of the room instead of just to yourself.
Well, more
Uh,
projecting to the entire room rather than the people in front of me trying to actually participate.
okay. Is this a full? So this is a ritual. This is not like a sermon.
Yeah, this is more of a welcoming new life ritual. So,
Okay. Go ahead and make a religion check for me, or another check that you would like to use to sort of get people's attention.
no, I think
To
religion
me,
is.
religion sounds the best.
I'm going to hero point that because I
Okay.
don't like roll
You
20
can do
being.
this. Slap roll 20 across the face.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
0 point.
Oh, so it does worse. Thank you, you
Uh,
miserable thing.
Kay thought you
Oh my
start.
gosh. Thank you,
You
roll
start.
20.
You start this ritual. You come out from like this sort of storage room that is like the bunk room, depending on what needs arise. You walk out and you start doing your ritual that is accepting of new life,
You know, I
greeting
keep
the dead.
forgetting about this, so I do have this.
Oh.
Okay, I guess that doesn't work for this.
Yeah. You're not deciphering anything.
Nope.
You're trying to get people's attention. Um,
Thanks, roll 20.
somebody walks over to you. Um, in
Yeah.
Rafa walks over to you while you're doing this ritual and sort of being a little showy about it, and he puts his hand on your shoulder and he says, "If you're going to do this, you should do this outside on the stones. A lot of people here have. I know we brought you here under sort of a duress." And he's like looking at you really intensely in the eyes, and he says, "If you rock the boat too much, the people here, they will act." And he looks around and he says, "People that will take slaves, people that will, you know, do the kind of things we do that you know we do. He sort of makes this gesture with his hand. He says, "Not always keen on the Salandreth. So maybe keep that to yourself and you and your buddies and do the work we want you to do here." And he sort of pats your shoulder,
Yes.
um, and
She will
like walks
probably
away.
move it outside thanks to roll 20 deciding to
Yeah,
be a shit.
yeah. You go do it outside, and like a bunch of people are watching you. And the more distressing thing is a bunch of people watched someone who is like an officer come and reprimand you.
Yeah.
You don't think that's great. Um,
I
so
get it,
Katha's,
but
yeah,
I get
Katha's
it.
doing her rituals. Tivin is surveying the area. What's Komarov doing in the morning?
Being awoken by a very loud farce.
That may or may not be true. Um,
Yeah, she's
Um,
probably a lot quieter outside.
this is true. All right. Hmm, what is Kamarov's thing of the day? Um, let's see. Well, he doesn't have anything else to do, so um, he is going to ask questions around Badly. Uh,
badly?
yeah, he's not
Are
very.
you asserting they're badly, or are the numbers gonna assert it's badly?
He's untrained in diplomacy, so he only knows direction. So,
Okay. Um,
uh, he's just gonna start asking around if anyone has let bugs crawl into their mouth in the past few days.
okay. I won't stop you.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, no, that's appropriate. I'll take that too.
Uh, uh, okay. Um, Hang there, Komarov. Okay, now that your watch is over, Magnus, is there anything you want to be doing now that the morning is open? You see Kathos sort of get shamed to going outside. You see Tivin sort of skulking around corners and really eyeing people that may or may not be like passing drugs back and forth, just sort of hiding in the shadows, then backing up and looking into the shadow like, could I hide there? What is Magnus doing?
Uh, I'll wander around the area, just kind of get a better feel for it, especially since we're supposed to be trying to figure out if anybody here is infected and all that. So also, I'll be looking around to see like if like what kind of like shops or like crafting areas they have, like if they have like an alchemist lab or anything like that. Or like, and I imagine being like a pirate island, they probably do have like a tattoo parlor, multiple ones, or maybe later on I can set up a shop there as well. So I'm just
Yeah,
kind of
go
getting a feel for things like that.
Yeah, go ahead and make a crafting check to sort of suss the area out. So you're looking around and you don't see an alchemist lab set up, but you see a lot of people set out on like there's sort of like an area relegated to people doing repairs. They've got some smaller sales, they've got some larger sales spread across multiple tables. They're sewing up their own trousers and they're like the tunics and stuff like that. And then you also see people like sort of this looks like it's like actually work because they're also in possession of like weapons that need repairing as well, and everyone has had their weapons removed. Like the only people you've seen with weapons what were Admiral Dodge and the woman he was with. They were armed. Not even Rafa has a weapon.
Okay.
So it's not just officers. It's like just those two. And but then these guys are over here making weapons or repairing the existing weapons. But as far as tattoos go, you see that there's not really an area for tattoos. It's just sort of they make a space for tattoos. There's you see like one big brawl dude who has sort of like dyed fur on one arm, but then is like shaved on the other and has like these big patterned burns on his arm that so that the fur doesn't grow there. Um, and he's got like ink and needles and like the really old school brutal part where you like tap the needle into someone's skin. Just like the old school, like really painful kind. And he's sort of like
And that's what I kind of figure
cleaning.
what Magnus has with his tools is
Yeah.
the stuff like that.
I don't imagine they really have like tattoo guns.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
super.
it might have tattoo guns, but it's needle and ink, like
Yeah.
like Hawaiian, Maori, Polynesian style.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the one that
That's
this guy
existed
was
since
doing.
China. So
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Watching someone get a traditional tattoo. This is an aside. I've seen a video of someone like getting an old school tattoo. It
the
looks
bone with the
horrendous.
hammer. Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah, I've got one.
Yeah, but you got one?
Yeah, I'm
Oh
Native
my god.
American, Justin. I
I
don't
I
look
knew
it,
that.
but I am one.
We've talked about that.
Yeah, it's
um
okay.
now a lot of people don't know I'm Hispanic. Because I
Oh no,
am
you're like
Indian.
Castilian Hispanic. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're redhead Spanish.
Yeah, yeah. Um, interesting, interesting conversations that I have sometimes. But yeah, you do see like tables set out for like people to get tattoos, but you don't see an alchemy lab anywhere. So you see people that are like their daily work is just like doing repairs on like the stuff that they always need to repair, and they've got sort of a corner set aside. It's like 6 people all doing their work, and then you see this one specific big dude like with a lot of tattoo stuff. But you see like sort of areas are just being used for what they need to be until someone bigger comes in and tells them that they need to move or that they're going to take their table, or an officer gets that dude to be like, no, you're not doing that.
Let's see. So I have a couple of things in my formula list I was thinking about looking into. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know if I want to make this one, but I don't know if people would look at it weird. I need a I have some cloth that I'm making a handkerchief with.
A handkerchief. If you want to just camp out and start doing some like uh crafting until you guys have like a better idea, you can just mark down like whatever the hours you want to set aside for that are. Um,
Okay.
Yeah, so just getting a feel and ingratiating yourself into it, you sort of go over to the area near, I imagine like near where like the crafting and tattoo stuff is, and you sort of like, are you open about it? Like, are you trying to get attention, or are you just trying to get some work done because you've been on the move for so long now?
Yeah. I'm just trying to get it feel like if maybe doing some of the tattooing may give me some more coins, but I definitely want to. There's a magic item that I want to start building and start working on that as well. So that's more probably my primary one. But if I can make some extra coin doing some tattoos, I might go for that as well. So I'll just kind of get a
Yeah.
feel for what people are doing.
Yeah, so you set yourself up and you start working, and you can chime in um, at any point. So Magnus has set out sort of crafting this magical handkerchief. Um, Katha is exited the building and is doing her rituals outside after being reprimanded. Tivin is being sort of sly as much as he understands it, trying to get a feel for the area, like where can you hide things, and has sort of an idea of like what that would feel like. And Komarov, you walk up and you accuse someone of eating a bunch of bugs, and they go to fully fist fight you. They stand up, this big Varst, sort of female Varst, just no clothing at all. Painted scales on her shoulders and on her like head. And she says, "You think I will eat bugs? I will eat bugs, but you don't determine that." And she goes to just sort of shove you. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Sure. Get a token of giant Komarov in the sea.
I'm just gonna write it down. We don't. I get. Oh, here, yeah, we can go onto onto a map. It's just gonna be. I guess everyone else could, if they would like. But this starts with nobody knowing what's up.
Can I get like a 30-second recap of what just happened? I was doing something for the wife.
Komarov rolled 4, asking people if they have allowed bugs to crawl into their mouth, and
Jesus.
he offends this big female Varst.
No. Okay.
So they are just going to try and fight Komarov specifically. Oh, come on, page. Open up. I know you're there. Okay. So she comes up. She does not have any weapons, but she is just going to punch you in the face. She gets a 22.
Let's see. That will hit.
That hits. Okay, you take 7 bludgeoning damage from that first one, and then she's going to use her second action to grapple you. This one is only an 11.
That will fail.
Okay. So her round is she stands and comes at you, clocks you right in the face, and then goes to grab you, but she's just so much bigger than you that she's like sort of trying to pick up like a dog. It is your turn.
Let's see.
So at this point, Tivin and Magnus, Komarov will get his round off. Tivin and Magnus, go ahead and make perception checks to see if you can see this through sort of like the business of the room. Because it's not actually that weird for there to be conflicts, but to notice that Komarov is the subject of the conflict is sort of what you're looking for.
All right. Rolling perception, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure I hit the right button.
Okay,
Finally! Jesus!
You both are in the building, and you notice that Komarov is just sort of getting slapped around. Katha, go ahead and make a perception check as well, but this one's going to be way harder. You're on the outside of the building.
Yeah. I think I've succeeded.
You hear somebody yell something insane at someone, and your experience with the way Komarov operates is like
geez.
that.
Yeah.
So you guys can roll initiative if you would like, or you can just sort of let Komarov get slapped.
Katha's just she's gonna go in and be like, he started it, and this is what they do.
Yeah, I'm gonna say as long as no one else tries to jump in.
Yeah.
We'll let
That's what Katha is. If no one jumps in, she's sitting out. If someone jumps in, she jumps in too.
Yeah. So a lot of people are just sort of looking right now. Komarov, what's your turn?
So we're going to feint.
Okay.
So 16 against the perception DC.
Perception, 16 passes.
Okay, so flat-foot for... Is it just this attack?
I believe it's just
the
that
next
attack.
melee attack, yeah.
Yeah. It's there are feats you can take and classes that get a bonus on that. 26 does crit against this person. You do a clean 12 non-lethal damage to this big Varst.
And then we'll Let's see. We'll just throw a second one in there. Yeah, it's fine.
That
I
one-
underestimate how hard I hit her the first time. It was like, oh, I don't think she'd go that far back.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. You push her out of the combo. Okay, so you hit her just so squarely, like right in the throat, that she starts to cough. She is just going to attempt to grapple you this time.
Okay.
This one is a 16.
That will fail.
That will fail. Wow, unfortunate. She is going to. She's gonna pick up a chair, and second action, pick up a chair. Third action, try to strike you with the chair. This one is a 19.
That will hit. Is
That will
with
hit.
a
Oh.
-2 for improvised?
That is
Or
with
does
that.
she have a cool thing?
She does not have a
She'd
cool
have
thing with
cool
this. I just rolled really well.
Nice. Good for
um,
her. Yeah, I'd take that chair.
Yeah, so that is 12 damage. The chair breaks over your body. She just swings it down, just crushing this like shoddy wooden chair that looks like it's seen better days. And she just sort of screams gutturally, and you hear like all of the pirates around you are like sort of milling, getting around like, is this gonna be done or is this gonna be a real fight? They've like got like a half ring going on, and you hear just like little, not, it's not like a bunch of people chanting, but like definitely like whoever her friends are just like, beast, 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 like she's got this big nickname for being just a loose cannon. It is your turn.
Okay, so after that happens, and Keitha sees that Komarov is still up, is Cake anywhere nearby?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check. Yeah, he's sort of like leaning in. He's not part of the people that stood up and chanting. He's sort of leaning back against like a far wall, but he is looking, and you can see him.
Okay, so Keitha's gonna go up to him and say, "I'm gonna put 2 gold pieces on the orc."
On the orc.
Yeah.
He's like leaning back, like his fingers sort of knitted, like leaning back on the chair on just 2 legs, and he nods and like gestures to the table, and then other people sort of
Yeah.
see what's going on, and
Keitha puts her 2
they're
gold
gonna-
on the table.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna roll. So they don't. Okay. Here's the thing: is people don't really know Komarov and how wild he is or how nuts he gets. They do know he told a really scary story. So what I'm gonna roll, and we're gonna do this by 10 each. One person adds a gold to Komarov. Oh my gosh! And okay, so there is a pot of 12 gold for Komarov and 10 gold for this Varst the Beast.
13
I
gold.
rolled 13. Okay, so Tiffin goes from skulking to being like, "I'll add a gold to that."
Hit it with the stone fist.
Keitha's like, "Shh."
Her. Hey. Oh, Kate said it's a her. Hit her with the stone fist. Sorry.
Yeah. So what you're looking at is you're looking at making like half back again, because they're like Komarov has some like. I am keeping notes of like what your impressions are. Komarov made an impression with some people that like talk a little bit, but this person is known for beating people up. So your odds are just half again, small pot,
like 2 to 1.
So, yeah, two to
Pay
1.
100 to win 50.
Yeah.
So you guys get people betting, but I rolled really low, so it's like real minimum. People putting in like silvers and stuff.
Yeah,
So-
but I'm guessing as the fight goes on, we can add a gold here or there and get people to bet. So
No, yeah, well, I will roll the die I have here for every round at the end of every round. Komarov.
All right.
Oh, you got people circling up and chanting. You've just had a chair crushed over your little body.
Hmm. I'll just laugh and say, "So your fists are that weak, eh? Do you intimidate?
Okay.
To demoralize?"
That does pass. I don't want it to pass because you've got metal fists, but it does pass.
She has claws. We are
She,
even.
she does
Better
have
than
claws.
the humans. They
No,
and
that's
their small pink skins. At least some of them. I'll try and faint.
that is not a critical fail. It's a normal fail.
Okay. Yeah, nothing happens on the critical fail. And
Yeah.
then we'll just punch.
22 does pass. You do 5 more damage to her. Um, she is now going to. She's going to try and intimidate you.
Sure.
She gets 17.
That is a success.
All right. So normal success. You are frightened 1. She's going to once again attempt to grapple you.
Yeah.
17.
With the frightened, that meets it. She
That meets it.
succeeds.
Okay. All right. This is a little bit, just a little bit of a custom rule. She's gonna make one more athletics check to try and smack. Like she went for the chair. Now she's gonna try to throw you through a table,
Mhm,
just like sort of lift you up and slam you down again.
mhm.
But I don't think she gets you off the ground with a 12.
Nope.
Especially with the multiple attack penalty. But she's got you grappled now, and you can feel she's trying to get you over her head to just throw you down through this table. It is your turn, and after you go, I'll roll for more bets.
Okay. Let's see. Um, well, I might as well try. All right. So I'm going to grapple her.
Meets it.
All right. So that I have her. What am I going to do now? We'll just throw in a couple punches.
Those both miss,
Hmm.
but you have reversed the grapple.
Yeah.
All right, so nothing extravagant happened for that round. We get another 8 gold and 5 gold. Five for Komarov, another 8 for the beast. And she is going to. Oh, now you've got her grappled. She is going to. She's going to attempt to trip you with her tail.
Okay.
16.
Frightened. Ooh, 16 will fail.
Fail. Okay. This time she's just going to throw an elbow.
Yeah.
No, she's gonna try to push you off. Like just full shove, fail. Hail Mary, elbow, with the elbow, that is 15.
That'll miss.
Okay. So she thrashes around a little bit and you've got her legs sort of hugged together. It is your turn.
All right. Let's see. Um, yeah, it'll be fun. So we will trip her.
That's against reflex?
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Okay. She falls to the ground.
And then
Is this the third or fourth time Komarov has gotten into a fight just by himself?
Third.
I can't remember.
This is the third
Third
time.
that I can remember, but I wasn't here for all.
I know.
I
at least one
only
of those
know
times you were
this
still-
is I can only think of one other time.
I feel like there's a third one, but maybe it didn't get to actual initiative.
Yeah, I don't remember one
Oh,
getting
maybe.
to initiative.
I think you're right.
Because she's prone, that those both hit. So you do 13 total. She's looking pretty bad now.
Mhm.
You yields.
So now people are. I'm gonna roll a bigger die because now we've got this sort of flipped. Put another 1 on the beast, 5 on Komarov. And she is going to. So you've got her grappled and prone. So
I
she's
didn't grapple again, so she's just
Oh.
prone.
Okay, so she's just prone.
Yeah.
She is going to. She's got to stand up, and then she's going to really just try this maneuver one time. I really want her to throw you through a table. Natural 20 on the grapple.
Ooh, restrained.
Restrained. But if she throws you correctly, then you won't need to worry about having to break out of it. But you might go prone. So a little bit of a Hail Mary. Oh, another natural 20. Okay. So she finally she stands up after just a room full of people that she knows way better than you do. Watch this little guy trip her and just sort of pummel her into the face. She stands up, grabs you by like one of your wrists and one of your ankles, picks you up over her head, and just whips you down, destroying this table. You take that's 13, 26, 30 damage because of the
Wow.
crit.
Gee.
Okay. Okay.
It's all non-lethal, but it just obliterates this table.
Mhm.
And she is just frothing at the mouth.
Mhm.
It is your turn.
All right. I imagine I'm gonna have to stand up.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
stand up. It's only fair.
So I know, is there any distance between us?
No. She is like
Huh?
she was sitting
just
at the
kinda
table, she
spun
just
around.
threw you through.
Okay.
Yeah, she just kind of spun around and then threw you. You just started
And
pummeling each other, not having moved very much at all.
I'll take a couple of deep breaths and
Mhm.
like wipe some blood and spit from my mouth and go, that was good. And we'll try and divert. Nah, that won't work.
Misses.
And there again.
That is another crit. You take her down to 5 hit points. She yields. What does this move look like?
So I like try to sidestep her with my feint, and but she keeps track of me, and it's just I jump up and punch her right in the jaw.
A Superman punch?
Yeah.
It's just a
And
full solid she fully her head turns and like her jaw is like she's got like that long versed muzzle, so it like twists her jaw out so you can really see all of her tongue for a second.
mhm.
Just rocks her down to a knee, and she puts a hand up. And she waves, and she says, you're right, I eat bugs. Fuck you. I'm done with this." She storms away with like one little guy being like, "It wasn't that bad. You're the beast. It's
No,
okay." And she's like,
if
she's
I
like sulking.
wasn't con based, that would have been really rough.
Yeah.
She had to chew through a lot of hit points. But then I'll just shout, "Good drinks for everyone." Sanders.
Sander.
Sander.
Sanders.
Sander is like,
There's two Sanders.
oh, and he like has a shit. He's like, he has knives because he's the cook. He pulls a knife and he's like, if you see a man that looks just like me but isn't me, you fucking let me know, all right? And he like throws the cleaver into a table and he's like, it's breakfast time. The little man's right. Drinks for everyone. That's not because you won. It's the normal way we do mornings here. And everybody's like, it's like, go get your stuff. Normal morning. Yeah. Go ahead and take. How much gold did you guys put down?
Okay, I put 2.
You
I
put
put
2.
1. We were at 13 when I put it down. Did we put any more after that?
I didn't.
Nee. We put 13. We got half back, so we made 18 somehow.
I only put 2.
Now more people were betting, so like so the money that went into her is divvied out to you guys. So I think Katha makes 4 gold, which means they take your 2, hand you 6 back, and then Tivin, you get handed 3 back, so you're 1 and 2 more.
Okay. Nice.
And then a bunch of other people are like, yeah, and they're like fighting over like, how was I supposed to know the little guy could? And then somebody else is like 2 fingers on his temples, like he's smarter than everyone else. He's like, he's got metal arms. You should have known. You should see it. You can see it. It's really, really obvious. But you didn't know, acting like he's all better than everyone else. Yeah. So your guys' morning is Komarov gets into a fist fight with a random stranger after having asked the most upfront question about something relevant to what you guys are doing. Tivin is sort of getting a lay of the land. Magnus is starting crafting his magical handkerchief, and Katha has asked to go outside with her religious stuff. Okay, so you guys all get the Sander comes over and hands you like something cold because you did get hit a lot, and sort of puts it over your neck. It's like a raw sausage, and he's like, "You can cook that when you're done. Good fight."
Thank you.
Lays it over to like put some cold pressure on your neck because you were thrown through a table. And you guys have breakfast together. So you guys have done a lot to sort of, and we're gonna go ahead and put a big ol' +3 for you getting into a fight and winning after having taken such a big hit on your reputation. So you guys have gotten a little bit of the lay of the land and have some reputation as like newcomers, just from having sort of spent the last 18 hours here. I think the discussion in character for how you're going to go about trying to figure this out without causing a panic, because a panic is almost what Komarov just did. And I think that'll sort of be where we wind down, is like, how do you guys want to approach this? You've got, by Magnus's estimations, as he was thinking earlier during his watch, like at the most a week, at the least tomorrow. Assuming the Admiral is correct in his assertions. And feel free to ask me any questions and to make any checks that might help you with the planning process.
Well, I think that's
Yeah, I mean, I'm adding some notes to clarify in my head
Okay.
If we're going to end here, I'll just save these till next time because that's a good
Yeah.
thing to bring forward is Katha's thoughts on this, because she got some information that she's like, that's
And
got the
Magnus shared
mail.
what he learned, right?
What was that?
Did Magnus have we had an opportunity for Magnus to share what he learned?
I think after the fight,
Okay.
I'll let
Yeah, you can.
everybody know
I
about
think
the
it's over breakfast, and I
ruin.
think that's where
Yeah.
Katha's going to talk about what she has, is
Mm-hmm.
over breakfast, but I'm willing to wait till next time to bring up what Katha's got and her
Yeah, do it.
All right.
ideas.
Yeah, so we'll just leave a note in the chat here that says ideas / planning
Over
as
breakfast.
sort of our prompt over breakfast.
Helps us remember the time of the day.
Yeah.
Over breakfast. Over breakfast.
Oh, you're...
Renee's serving us over breakfast.
Over breakfast. All right. So you guys all sit down to breakfast after Komarov's big fight. You guys have sort of a reputation, and until this moment where you're all having breakfast together, they were all sort of separate reputations, and now it is the party's reputation as the new guys. All right. I do think we're gonna wind down because some of us work early and some of us work pretty much now.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
What do you got? I think Brian's got like what 40 minutes before he has to be to work.
Yeah.
A little over 20. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no. I think this is a good spot, so.
Excellent.
Yep. Let's go ahead and close this out tonight, and thank you for joining us. Don't forget to head on through the fellow shop for your gaming loot, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow for some Baldur's Gate 2 and some Advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, Baldur's Gate in the morning.
I got confused. You said 2, and I was like, no, we're doing... Oh, yeah, I forget that you streamed in the afternoon. Apologies.
But yeah, so have a great night, everyone, and like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Woo!
Like and subscribe. Bye!